right, that's it. Welcome.
I'm just kidding. Oh, geez, have we started?
Yeah, welcome to the show, everyone. Welcome to Chrissy Chaos. We got Mark Normand here. We got Michael Shane Cannon, John the Father Grady, Vito Baby Lips, Vito Baby Teeth Khaleesi. I don't know where the hell he is. I think he had to go to the doctor before he goes on his honeymoon. But Mark just got here and he said John Grady's a hotter version of the homeless pimp, which, yeah.
You're a pimp with a home.
That's it.
Thank you.
Ozempic pimp.
Yeah.
Ozempic pimp. I like it. So, yeah, I saw Mark last night. Look at that, 2 nights in a row. I saw him last night at Chris Millhouse's show.
You look so uncomfortable. You were ready to get out of there.
Yeah.
I felt like in the green room, I walk in, you're like, you want me to go? I'll go. And I was like, I gotta go. And you're like, you sure? I'll go. I'm like, no, I gotta go on.
No, you know what it is? I've been not doing as many city spots as I used to do. I used to, do spots every single night. But I've just been like, I just want to hang out with my kids and be home. But then now it's like when I go into these city spots, I'm going in now again, like looking at my notes a million times, feeling like that nervousness that we used to feel when we were like just began. So it's kind of fun.
It's fun. Yeah, I just took time off too, and it's like you go back, you can't believe how rusty you are.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much momentum it takes just to feel comfortable on stage.
For you, how much is time off? Because you're a notorious can't get away.
I'm a queef. I do 3 days off, and I can feel it. I'm on stage like I'm a half a beat behind. I'm off.
I really feel like I've forgotten how to do it if it's like 48 hours. Like truly where it's like, oh, I have to be up there for a minute to even get my sea legs.
Totally, which I don't think other things, if you play the trumpet, you can probably take a month off, you pick it up in 5 minutes, you got it back. But with stand-up, you gotta get up there and bomb.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Who do you want? You want a duck? You can pick a duck.
I don't like black. No, I'm kidding. Hate black. No, I'm kidding. No, that's a cute duck.
That's it. All right.
All right, you got a Jew duck.
Jew duck and a Palestinian duck. There you go.
Oh,
there it is.
that's fun.
And you found a way to offend a different group.
Yeah. That's Mark Normand.
Well, that's what the Jews say over there. They go, duck,
Duck.
there's a bomb coming.
Dude, it's funny. I went to Amsterdam last month for the first time ever, and the guy goes, the tour guide, he was like, yeah, he was like, in World War II, he was like that the Nazis were coming up, the European seaboard. He goes, and they were just going to obliterate Amsterdam. He goes, but then they, like, the first city, like, geographically was Rotterdam. He goes, and they fucking annihilated Rotterdam.
Wow.
Like, they annihilated 95% of the city. And he goes, Hitler himself, like, they annihilated Rotterdam so bad that they were like, let's just leave Amsterdam alone.
Wow.
Even Hitler was like, this is crazy.
Pumps the brakes.
Yeah, so he was like, whoa, too much. So he said that's why Amsterdam got spared. And he was like, and I always tell people from Rotterdam, you took one for the team. Huh? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, do people laugh? And he goes, not really. No.
Tell that to Anne Frank. She's like, what the hell? I'm in Amsterdam. I got screwed.
Yeah, but it's fucking, it's, so what I haven't seen you in a while. Have you been, what have you been doing? You still look ripped. You're always ripped. You always look ripped.
Well, I do the scaffolding push-ups or pull-ups like a psycho. I do the prison workout at home. And I got bad anxiety, so that's cardio.
Always moving.
Are you literally doing that on street corner like all the time?
All the time, and I was doing it yesterday, and I was really struggling. One guy goes, comedy, and boy, is that embarrassing.
Man.
Yeah.
Because you're like, and you see your guy, comedy, and you're like, oh, I didn't want you to see me in this position.
You just gotta be like 50.
Yeah.
So how many pull-ups have you done today?
30.
Okay.
Yeah, I
But
do increments.
Only when you see the scaffolding, you do them.
Yeah, I do. I just try to do 2 or 3 reps a day. So I'll do them one in the morning, one in the lunch area, one in the...
And that's your whole workout. You don't
That
ever sit in the
push-ups.
gym. But
No.
I'm saying you never go to the gym and say, I'm doing legs and back today.
No, never.
Got it.
I should. My legs are skinny, my ass
Yeah, but you
is-
have you're like natural abs. You're one of those guys that like, have you ever had a belly in your life?
I was a fat kid.
Oh, no
And that
kidding.
fucked me up. Yeah, I grew up in a black neighborhood, so it was over. It was Sandlot. It was
If you look
Goonies.
at old pictures of Mark, I think it was because a lot of people have been shout out Sam Morley just had to put out a great special
That's
on
right.
Amazon. Yeah,
You've
well
changed.
that
Look at that.
photo, but also there's one. I think you took a picture. Who was it? You guys had taken a picture with somebody. I think Joe List had just posted
Yes, it was Tia Carrera.
Tia Carrera, and you had a fat face.
I was fat as shit.
But
No
but you didn't have a gut though. All your fat just went to your
I
like
get I get
quagmire.
a big mug. I don't know what it is. It goes right
That's
to the
booze
cheeks.
head.
Well,
That's
that one though.
booze head.
Yeah.
But this is that picture though, that because we did our Comedy Central half hour the same week. That's when you had syphilis or gonorrhea or
I had
something.
H. pylori.
H. pylori,
Yeah. So it bloated me. I had the distended belly like an African kid. I had bugs around my face. face. It was bad. People were sending me 5 cents a day, a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of look like, you remember in Minority Report when Tom Cruise has to like shoot himself with the thing and his face gets all fucking weird so he can go through security?
Pull it up.
Yeah,
Pull it
that's
up.
kind of, it just is disjointed his whole face.
But wait, but that's pretty sick. And you had H. pylori, which is painful. And
It
you
was
had and
brutal.
you did your first special.
I had to do it, and I tried to move it in Comedy Central. They were such cunts. They're like, no, this is the date. We've already booked it.
You
You're
have to
doing
be
it."
nervous going up, going
Terrified,
right?
sweating bullets.
Yeah.
It was, and I had horrible diarrhea this whole time, so I was shitting. I had like the gurgles in my butthole. It was like the Trevi fountain. It was bubbling up.
Was it a good special though?
No, I stunk. I was bad back then. This
No,
is
you weren't.
15 years ago.
No,
Yeah.
not at all. I remember actually before the special you did John Oliver, right?
Yeah.
And I think we all watched that at Cabin.
Yeah, that was better.
That was a hot fucking set,
Oh,
man.
thanks.
I remember that being like, oh man, that was an 8-minute like perfect set.
I appreciate. Well, that was my best shit. I just gave it all in, and then a year later, they're like, "Hey, can you do a half hour?" And you're like, "Sure."
Yeah.
And then you're kind of piecemealing shit together, and I was sick.
Yeah. Well, what can you do?
Hey,
But you still have that great Adam's apple.
Oh, that thing won't go away.
Yeah.
I could never go trans.
Yeah.
This thing, you cannot shave it.
What were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say, speaking of Europe, I just got back from Barcelona.
Ooh.
I did España, and
You see Michelle Wolf running by?
I did Michelle Wolf's club.
Yeah.
I saw her jogging at like 7 at night.
I believe it,
It's
yeah.
a whole other world over there. She's a Muslim. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's her and the duck. Shout out Michelle Wolf.
She sounds like
Great.
one. But yeah. But yeah, we had a great time.
So you hung out with Michelle Wolf and you did comedy out there in Spain, or you were just kind of on vacation?
I was on vacation, but I was in the water every day. Then you go eat paella in the Gothic district, and it's so pretty. Nobody's fat. And then Wolf texted me. She's like, "You're in Barcelona, you weirdo. Come over." And I just did her club, and it was great.
She owns a club out there?
I don't think she owns it, but it's kind of her place. Like
It's her room.
she made it hers.
She's like Esty over there. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I wanted to go to Spain. I went to Europe in the beginning of June, but I feel like I can't really go to Spain without my Puerto Rican family. If I went to
Yeah.
Spain without them, I could go to Ireland and
Yeah.
fucking Denmark. They don't give a shit about that at all. But if I went to Spain without them, it'd be an issue.
Would you be upset if they went to like Ireland? Because that's as connected to Italian as Spain is connected to Puerto Rican.
Good point.
Yeah,
point.
I would be. I would be mad at, first of all, they don't have passports. So they're not going anywhere. So that's why we fucking go on that's why our big summer trip was to Colonial Williamsburg, Virginia, because none of these people have passports.
What a bummer for a kid. Oh, great.
I know.
A brick house.
I know. I said on the last show too, and my daughter, she actually wound up liking it, but my 9-year-old was like, "I don't want to go on a vacation so we can get content for your dumb podcast." She said, but then she wound up loving it. She really did.
Yeah, well, they're slaves.
Yes.
It's fun.
I was like, "Look, honey, that would have been you." And JK. No, Puerto Ricans didn't even exist back then.
No.
They were still Taino Indians. She always
Whoa.
So the Taino Indians were native to Puerto Rico. Jazz will always tell me this. And then Spain came the same way we subjugated Native Americans. That's what Spain did to Puerto Rico. They just took them and made them Spanish.
So then Spain is way more connected.
Yes.
Then I'm just dumb.
There it is. Yeah, Jasmine would go there and start killing people. You see this 7'3" Chinese basketball lady?
Everybody's talking about her.
What do you do? Would you fuck her?
Sure, yeah, for the story.
Why not?
I
Right?
don't know if I'd get a ladder.
You get
Eater
H.
box
pylori
from a
from that.
That's quite a bento box.
Bang!
That might be Japanese.
Whatever.
Wow, look at that. She looks like my face with pylori.
Seriously.
It's a little bloated. Holy shit.
Or clam is
is-
a wet market.
Jesus Christ. That's a big girl, man.
Wow.
Is she going to come to the WNBA, are they saying?
What does she move like though?
Yeah.
I don't know. She's 17, so.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
17?
Oh.
What?
Forget what I
Jeez.
said.
Wow. How,
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Is her
Yeah.
voice very low, Maine? All right. I'll see you all next week. Bye, everybody.
Generally, Cho speaking. What are we?
Yeah, I guess edit out me asking Mark if he would fuck her if she's 17. I don't know what the rules are in China, though.
I said I would. I didn't say I will.
Well, if she had a sister, she wouldn't be here.
That's true. Good point.
Yeah, that's true.
Good point.
I mean, look at this. They just
Wow.
throw her. Oh, my God.
Dude,
Bang.
that is. I mean, it's me playing against my son.
Wow. This is crazy.
Look at that.
Well, this is gonna hurt the trans league.
Seriously, that I'm waiting for the first trans.
Well, where are the
man-
trans men?
Right,
You know, if we're all equal, why aren't there more trans men on the men's team?
right. Yeah, where that? No, but but also the first trans woman to play in the WNBA is going to happen.
Oh, that's gonna happen.
Right?
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
that's inevitable because if you have that in every other sport, you're going to have that in basketball.
Yes.
I mean, is there somebody like, I mean, Brittany Griner is, I don't know if she's like a they or fluid or
either.
whatever, because I think a couple do represent themselves or at least identify in the gray,
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm talking
like full.
was a biological
Right.
man. I mean,
Right.
there's a documentary about it called Joanna Man. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah.
But it's about a guy who becomes a female basketball player.
Yeah. What was that guy's name again? Who was that?
Oh, jeez.
so
She might be
Oh, did she get
post-op.
her boobs? Did she go post-op actually?
No.
Oh.
Is that a deep fake?
no,
Or that's-
no, this is totally. You
Oh,
guys
those
haven't
are-
seen this?
No.
She
Wait,
has- She is like my pecs.
Why is she shirtless?
wait a second.
I'm confused.
Is she? No, I'm not. I'm just.
Wait a
no,
minute.
she's. No, she just has very small breasts.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
But she's also probably taking testosterone and like.
I don't
Is she
know.
transitioning?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Give that a goog. Maybe.
Give it a go.
I mean, her
Is-
voice is jarring if you've never heard it. Like if you just watch a Brittany Griner thing and then like they finish the question and then she looks and she's like, "Well, I'm glad you asked." And it's like,
Oh,
"Oh shit!"
really?
Like you can't believe it. Yeah.
Whoa, this is all very confusing.
Interesting.
Huh.
Remember, we traded her for the Merchant of Death.
We did.
That's right. Who's a better basketball player?
Who's got a mustache like you? You look like the Merchant of Death.
I do.
Oh yeah. Okay. I thought you fat. I don't think she's a man.
No.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
It wouldn't matter either way.
Nope.
All my friends on the group chat, all like my boys from home, they all call Michelle Obama Big Mike.
Yes.
I mean that's like a thing. Like everybody, but it's crazy how it's like they genuinely believe.
Right.
Like they're
Yeah.
not kidding that
I know.
she's a man and a psyop and going to get implanted in as president. It's Big Mike.
It's all very silly. I looked into it. There was a whole thing with a bulge.
None
And
of it's
wa-
real?
It was not real. I checked.
Yeah.
And I know a bulge.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually think Michelle Obama is very pretty.
I find her attractive.
I really
Really?
think
yeah.
she's beautiful.
I mean, there are some pictures again. It's all angles, but like where she's in a fitting dress and you could see thigh and butt, and you're like, oh, she looks sporty.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
she's
She's a
attractive.
beautiful woman. Look at
She's
that.
no Melania. Oh, that's a good pick
Yeah.
right there.
Oh yeah, Melania. Melania's got to be the hottest first lady of all time, right? Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
Who's next? Jackie O?
I
mean,
guess
it
so.
falls off a cliff after that.
Jill
Falls
Biden.
off the back of a convertible.
There it is.
There, score. I was telling Mike I feel so foggy, and I'm thankful that Mike's here because I stopped taking my allergy medicine, my Claritin. I've taken Claritin every day without missing a day for about 10 months.
What?
And I just decided to stop taking it a couple of days ago, and I genuinely think my body's going through some type of like withdrawal.
Yeah.
Like I feel so foggy, like I'm not even here. And it's either that I this is what allergies feels like, or the medicine. And then he just told me that it's been linked to Alzheimer's. So now,
Whoa.
Dementia and Alzheimer's, like apparently if you take it every single day for a long period of time, there's a substantial link, which I've only said because I also take it every day.
Every day?
You take it
I
every
mean,
day?
dude, I'm
I
fucked.
take it once a year when I need it.
what do you take every day?
Finasteride.
What's finasteride?
It's the hair shit.
Oh.
Propecia. It's the knockoff Propecia.
Every day you take that.
You got to take it every day or your hair goes out like that.
When is the last day you've missed a Propecia pill?
2015.
Oh, no shit.
Now, what if I said what if they found out that's linked to Alzheimer's? Would you just keep taking it?
Keep taking it.
You'd rather you don't want to be a fucking, you don't want to forget.
I'll be a Biden debater. I'll do it. I don't know what he said. I don't think he knows what he said.
what the hell is this
Those
guy?
are transplants.
Oof.
Yeah.
There it
Different
is.
kind of trans
Yeah.
than Brittany.
So why doesn't Gary Veter take Propecia then? Some guys embrace the
Because
bald.
it only keeps it. It doesn't grow it
So if you didn't take it, you'd be bald, right?
completely. I would look like that on the right.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Do your dad or brother have that hairline?
My dad's going pretty back, but it's on the mom side.
Oh, that's right.
You
yeah,
got a full head right now.
It's okay now, but that's because of the Propecia. But you guys are killing it.
Yeah.
How'd you guys do it?
My dad, my father is 76 years old. Has every hair on his head, not an
Wow.
ounce of
Yeah.
gray or balding.
What
Is that
about
the-
your mom's dad? Because that's where it comes from.
So my mom's dad left the family when we don't know. He just fucking dude. He had 5 kids and he just left one day
Full head of hair.
with a full head of red hair.
He's got his hair, but not his family.
Yeah, Propecia.
Yeah.
And that's the slogan. Oh, interesting. Yeah, yeah. You never know. A lot of people out there on they're on fucking
Oh, yeah.
enhancements.
Mateo, Soder, all these guys are doing the plugs now.
You wouldn't do that? You wouldn't go for surgery?
I would do it, but I want to give it like 10 more years because
Yeah.
I still feel like there's some kinks in there.
Does it Propecia mess with having kids? Do we know?
It says it could, but I haven't had a problem. I've done some abortions in my day.
Woo.
Yeah.
Do you want kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna do it.
I think I'm gonna try to do it this year.
Yeah.
Because List had one, my buddy Doug had one, so I feel like it's about that time. You
Mike's
guys have-
having 2.
Well, I'm
Second
having
one.
my second one,
Second one.
in a month.
Whoa,
Yeah.
Mazel
Yeah.
tov.
Thank you, buddy. Yeah,
Are you
that's it.
nervous going
Totally.
back into the hell, the shit?
Yeah, actually. I'm like, I just know what it is now, so I'm more not nervous. I just know what it is, so I'm just like, okay, it's
Well,
gonna be a hard fucking few
But
months.
I was telling you,
Yeah.
and Mike told me, a bunch of people have told him this. I said, when you have one kid, it's like you actually don't even have kids. When you have 2 kids, and plus, now it's like you're really now in it. Because when you have one kid, you could focus everything on that kid, and it's still very difficult. But when you have 2 kids, when you now have to start to divvy up attention between 2 of them or 3 of them, it becomes a thing where you're like, I don't know like what to do. Like
Really?
I was talking to I stopped going to therapy when I was going. I would tell my therapist, like, you know, like, what's wrong with me? Like, I you know, if I don't have shows at 9:30 at night, I'm like in bed, like fully asleep. I can't stay up past 9:30. All my friends are out there doing comedy till 3 a.m.
Yeah.
You know, I'm falling behind. What's going on in my career? And he's like, do they have kids? And I'm like, I don't know. You know, this guy has 1, whatever, none. He goes, listen, when you have children, all your energy throughout the day, the amount of energy that's getting sucked out of you every second of the day by the kids, you cannot ever compare yourself to someone who has 1 kid or no kids.
That's true.
Because 3, 2 kids now when you get to do it, and then 3 or people who have 4 or 5. My friend has 5 daughters, and I'm just
Wow.
like I don't know like how to deal with this. Like I always wanted kids, right? I always wanted when I had my first daughter. I kind of felt like still like, even though I'm love to have a kid, I was like, I want more. I do want more. And then we have our second kid, and my stepson. So I have 3. I'm raising 3, and I know me and Jazz, like, we do not want any more kids. Like I don't want it. We are like, any more would be a disservice to not only us but to them, because like I can't possibly love the next kid like I love these kids. I can't. I don't have the energy. I don't have
Yeah.
the time. If you told me you have to go back to square one with diapers and waking up every 20 minutes, I would be like, I don't want to say suicide because that's crazy, but I would be like, I don't want, I'd rather join Hamas.
This is a good pep talk.
Yeah.
This is a
I
good
know, right?
pep talk.
Well, 2, here's the good news with you. Crew is 5.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you're having a son.
Yeah.
So you're going to have another boy, so they'll get along, he'll think he's cool, and then when the time it gets really, really, really hard, like, when they're about like 2.5, 3, because people say diapers are hard, and they are. 3, from 2 to 4 is so fucking difficult.
Really?
Because you'll
They're
see
walking.
when my daughters come home, they'll my 3-year-old, walking, running, but like she won't. My 3-year-old is at a point now where she won't sit there. Like if I'm like, hey honey, can you just sit there? She won't. She's going to be running every which way. She'll run into traffic. She'll pull out the. I mean, she stepped on the right before you came. We almost lost the whole episode because she stepped on the electrical outlet and knocked it all out. And she
my
doesn't know what she's like unconscious.
Sure,
3-year-olds
sure.
are unconscious. My 9-year-old will just sit there with. If you give her a phone or a tablet, or read a book, she'll sit there. But at restaurants, like she doesn't want to sit in the seat. She's
Right.
squirming out, grabbing things, and then you have to pay attention to her
Yeah.
for safety. But then my 9-year-old starts to be like, "Why isn't nobody like me? Why aren't you looking at me? I made you a picture, Daddy. What's going on?" And then my 13-year-old is like, this whole family only focuses on these 2. I hate this.
Oh,
and then,
my
And then you
God.
start to. There are times where like it'll happen to every family where you kind of just have like this moment where you're like, you know what? let's fucking leave. Let's leave this restaurant. Let's go back to the hotel room or go back home and just order pizza and just fucking sit there. Let them do whatever they want, and then let just me and Jasmine just fucking sit there and drink a glass of wine and just calm down, because it's next level frustrating.
Yes.
But when you only have one kid, you can just handle the one kid.
Interesting.
But when you have all these personalities, because they never want to do, the kids never want to do what the other one wants to do.
Right.
If you tell me you want to go out for Chinese, even though he wants to go out for Chinese, he's going to tell me he wants Italian because he wants to
Kids
fuck with
are
you about
born contrarians.
Right.
100%.
Yeah.
It sounds like a group of drunk chicks on spring break.
Yeah.
One's crying, the other one's having
Yes.
a temper tantrum,
Yeah.
the other one hates the other one. They're fighting over here. They can't sit still.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
actually good practice, dude,
Yeah.
because talking my son down from a tantrum, I feel like I'm talking to a blacked out buddy.
Yeah.
Where I'm just like, I know there's no way I can get you to understand right this second, but if I can
Yeah.
just sober you up enough,
Yeah.
then I can get the message through.
I know, and then
Wow.
like, you know, like I'll say, you know, even like on this, I'll comment on, you know, a podcast, and then people will comment like, "Oh my God, then you shouldn't have had kids," or people would be like, "Oh, you know, I'm a parent, I don't feel that way," and I brought that up to my therapist, and he was like, "Yeah, that's probably because they're bad parents." He was like, he was like, every time a parent acts like you and kind of just needs to get it out, it's because you really, really care about your kids' well-being. The bad parents, the ones that'll comment and be like, "That's not my experience," because they don't give a fuck.
Right.
They're just letting their
Right.
kids do whatever they want, and their life is easy because they don't give a shit. But you
Yeah.
care about your kids.
Paul Verzi said the same thing. He said, one kid is one kid, two is a million.
Yeah, it's true.
Exponentially more difficult, I've been told by literally anybody that I
Well,
didn't
but it's
even
good
ask.
that you know. It's good that you got people telling you that. And like
Yeah.
the one positive thing is, you know what's coming now. Like you know about, you're gonna have the first 6 months. You don't sleep. You know,
Well, my
like,
wi-
you know,
like,
it just.
my wife, even for the first one, was like, "This is like crazy hard." And I'm like, "Did you not know this? Like, did
Right.
you not know how difficult this was going to be?" So I like setting myself up thinking like almost with a donut on the bat.
Yeah.
It's heavier than
Right.
it has to be.
I
And
do
then
the
you
same.
go up to plate and you're like, "Oh, this is actually far more manageable."
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
so right now I'm like picturing hell, just so when I'm in hell, it's like, oh, it's just kind of
A little easier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it is honestly, truthfully worth it. Like it is.
Totally.
Because it just like. It just, I don't know, I know it sounds corny and gay, it sounds Robert, but it makes like, we found this guy, origin of Robert is there was this game show host guy, his name, like his name was Robert Faggot.
No.
So, yeah, I swear to
Bull
God.
him up.
Yeah, bull him up. So we just call, that's just the guy's name. So,
That's Chuck Woolery.
yeah. Look at this guy.
Says that he and his mom don't see eye to eye on his love life, and he claims that his job has cost him several relationships.
I think it's his name.
Robert Faggot.
You know this guy can fight. Just give it that name growing up, that guy can fucking scrap.
I like that Chuck Woolery put some pepper on it too. He went,
Yeah.
it's like he said Robert, and then he leaned to the mic, Faggot.
This is a boy named Sue who come to life.
I mean, dude, that jaw is
yeah.
90-degree angle.
He's
You
like
can take.
Buzz Lightyear, this
Yep.
guy.
You don't want to fuck with that guy.
No, no.
Yeah, his Batman cowl jaw.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, exactly.
I feel like all my aunts have that exact haircut. All my all my mom's sisters have that exact haircut. All my mom's sisters have haircuts like a Robert.
That's true. Your aunt's a faggot.
Yeah, but
It's funny too because his family's like, these are the faggots.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, he has to have faggot on his placemat. What do you call it? The front door.
oh yeah, yeah. So, but it's I think, you know, if you ever want to mark, it'll be it just gives it like, I don't know, gives everything like purpose and meaning, you know.
Yeah, and I think it would help the country if everyone started having fucking kids, because everyone will just get out of this entitled narcissism and maybe focus on something outside of their own fucking self.
Oh yeah, exactly.
What a great point.
Yeah.
I have a
Yeah,
point.
I love that as a point because it does seem whenever somebody is hyper focused on some issue that is outside of themselves,
Yes.
it's just like, I get it, it's important, but it's very clear that you don't have a lot going on.
Right,
Like
right,
if you're
right.
this angry and this hardcore about something, you know, happening a world away, I get it. Again, it's horrible. But you
Of
personally,
course.
what else is there?
And they pick and choose, like, this is the problem of the day. We're going to focus on that. You're like, well, what about the Uyghurs, or what about Africa? And they're like, Well, this is the one everybody's talking about, though.
Yeah.
This is the cool one. This
Right.
is the hashtag. And I'm
Right.
like, you don't give a shit. You're just going with the flow.
Yeah.
Algorithmically, you're
Yes.
benefiting from speaking on this.
Yes, exactly, exactly. You know, I say, stop Asian hate. Oh, I was on BLM. Oh, so you don't care about the Asians? We could do this all day.
Yeah.
What about adult, what do you call it? Elderly abuse. Do you care about them? You don't care about the old people? Where does it end? You know?
Why is nobody calling out the Democratic Party for actual elderly abuse?
Yeah.
Like they're
Seriously.
literally just moving this fucking
know.
borderline dead guy
Yeah,
through
and
the
I'm
world.
like, but the parents, I'm like, I can't care about that. My kid just pissed in somebody's lunchbox.
Yes,
so like,
exactly.
I don't know, dude. Have fun. For me, that's
Exactly.
always been my thing since you have kids. I'm like, you know what, man? Even this, like, I can't get sucked into watching it all. It's like the kids want to watch what they want to watch.
Yeah.
I got to get them to bed.
Good. This is healthy.
I'm like,
This-
dude, I watch a few minutes of it in the morning, and that's it.
We're all depressed. We're rotting our brains watching like Gaza footage and Biden footage and Trump footage and October 6th and white supremacy. It's just seeping in. It's all bad
What's
for us.
is October 6th and October
7th.
7th.
Yeah,
January
sorry.
6th.
No, January
January
6th.
But we should
Sorry.
do. You know what we should do? We should combine January 6th and October 7th, and we should do. Maybe we should do something. What should we do? We should go to the White House. We just behead somebody at the White House.
Light yourself on fire while beheading somebody.
It's fun. I love it. I had a thought today. Like the right is mad about drag queens in schools, and the left is mad about the 10 Commandments in schools. So we should have drag queens do the 10 Commandments.
There it is.
Combine them.
Reading the 10 Commandments.
Yeah, so
that's
piss
great.
off both sides, and everybody can shut the fuck up.
That's it, baby. That's what RFK should do if he gets on the debate stage.
Old worm brain.
Oh yeah.
The vaccine.
I love RFK. I just don't
like
think
him.
it's just he can't get past his voice.
I
I don't
know.
care about his voice, but some voter,
They
some
won't
idiot
do it.
from
Yeah.
Nebraska is like, I ain't voting for that fucking robot.
It's all, but early in his campaign, if you really let him go long enough, he'd eventually get to the Jews. Like, it eventually got there.
Yeah.
It's the Jews.
Well, he lived with Larry David for a while.
Dude, he is.
Did he?
Yeah. So all this anti-Semitic shit, you're like, he lived with the Jewiest man on the planet.
Is that how Cheryl Hines got in Curb?
Yeah,
It
that's
was
how
like,
they-
it was all
well, that's
connected
how they
through that
met.
way? Oh, wow,
That's-
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
So when did RFK live with Larry David?
I think like 20 years ago.
like before Larry even had Curb. Like
Yeah.
they weren't famous at all yet.
Yeah, something like that. They
Wow,
were
that's
old
cool.
friends.
It's
wild.
Larry's a Martha's Vineyard guy. The Kennedys are all over
yeah.
there, so somehow they connected.
Oh yeah, dude, that's fucking.
He had to have had money, though, already. Because
Probably.
you don't go in Kennedy circles if you're
Yeah,
not.
I think he had some Seinfeld dough by
Yeah.
then. But
Oh, yeah,
what
yeah.
a dilf. This compared to Biden is so funny.
What's up, everybody? This episode of Chrissy Chaos, and I apologize for the tinny sound. Apparently, my hotel room is a soda can, but this episode of Chrissy Chaos is brought to you by Done with Debt. Do you ever think, how can I work this hard and still be in debt? What is this? Reading my journal? The piles of overdue bills, the threatening phone calls, and never having money to do anything? It just won't stop. If you're trapped in debt, Done with Debt is the way out. They've developed aggressive new strategies to end your debt permanently. Not just for now. Doesn't just roll it away and throw it around the world only to find you when you thought it was gone. Done with Debt stands between you and harassing bill collectors. They tirelessly negotiate with your creditors to lower or even forgive what you owe. And they do it all without bankruptcy or new loans. And as one client raved, one phone call saved us a fortune. I wish we did this a long time ago. I'll tell you what, I could have absolutely used them when I was 24 years old. And I just took out a credit card, thought it was free money, assumed I could just push off the payments until they basically gave up on me. But it turns out credit card companies have a really great memory and they will hunt you to the ends of the earth. So guys, Done with Debt will help you all with that. You need to hurry because some debt solutions are time sensitive and you don't want to miss out. Visit donewithdebt.com. That's DONEWITHDEBT.com. Talk with one of their debt relief strategies for free. Strategists for free. You have nothing to lose except your debt. I mean, come on. Go to donewithdebt.com. That's donewithdebt.com.
I know.
Well, that's the thing. Why don't they give But like if you're just dead set on having this guy run, give him the Hitler vitamin B12 super shot or whatever.
Do it.
Yeah.
And have him go out there and just, be a human being.
I know if RFK came out and was like, "What's up, guys?" and just sounded normal,
Yes.
he would win in 2 seconds.
I
If he
think
just
it-
drank some honey.
Yeah. No, but what is it? It's a neurological condition, right? It's like something with, I think something from his vocal nerve is like paralyzed. He can't, no, it's not like his it's not coming from his throat. It's coming from his brain, I think.
Oh, is that right?
Spasmodic dysphonia.
Yeah.
So rare voice condition. Oh, yeah. So I forgot like what it actually does, but it's definitely something from his brain.
And it just sounds so pained.
And
Yeah.
dysphonia was Brittany Griner's girlfriend.
Dysnextelphonia.
T-Mobile phonia.
Dysmetro PCS.
Cricket dysphonia. Okay.
Yeah, what can you do? So, yeah, man. So, yeah, we'll see. We shall see. Who won? What's the soccer score? Are you a soccer fan?
I like it, the fair weather. When
England,
it gets cooking, I like
Netherlands happening right now. England's up 2-1 in the 90th minute.
Whoa!
That's it, baby.
Mama.
Harry Kane.
I went to a Arsenal game when I was in London doing some gigs, and it was insane.
Right.
It is bananas out there. The chants they yell, "Your wife's a whore," "I fucked your mom," all that shit.
Yeah.
And I asked my buddy, I had an American opener with me, and I was like, what does that mean? Because I don't know the game that well. And these 4 big English mooks, I fucked me like, you don't know you don't know how to play this game? They wanted to kick my ass just for like asking questions.
The thing is with soccer or whatever, football out there, it is more than a sport. Like
Yes.
here sports are sports. There, it's not. That's not that. It's more than a sport to them.
Totally. It's
You'll
part
die.
of the culture.
They'll kill you. Like you.
They'll kill you.
Like you can't actually here it's like what are you, a fucking Mets fan? I'm a Yankees
Right,
fan. It's like
right.
over there it's like if you're not a fan of that team, it's like we're not getting together, we're not hanging out.
It's funny,
Yeah.
America kind of had that with baseball, where
did.
initially it was for a while America's pastime and really embedded in the culture of this country as like you're almost like born with a bat in your hand. Like that's how you learn function.
Totally.
But in European countries, they talk about it in that way where it's like the moment you're born, you're around a soccer ball.
100%.
It's on your foot. You're rolling it around. You're watching games with your family. It's just so deeply ingrained in
Yes.
your DNA that it's like, I mean, they're probably able to eat with their feet better than we're able to
easily.
do whatever.
I took the tube there, as they call it, to the game, and the whole subway was full of Arsenal people. Got out together, just woo, chanting, everybody marching through the tunnels
Yes.
of the subway. And then when we all dispersed out on the street, it was just mayhem, and music was playing. It was awesome. It
Did
was
you
an
have a
experience.
local guide or anything?
No,
you
we just
scared?
kind of went, and I bought a dumb like Harry Potter scarf, the red and the blue, and I tried to fit in, but they all knew I was a Robert faggot.
Yeah. The only fans that get that wild here are the NFL, like football fans, like some
Yes, the Eagles.
Bills.
Yeah.
Bills, for sure.
Eagles are. My dad and I went to an Eagles game in Philly in 2000. It was right before I started stand up. So like 2008, 2009. I think it was 2008. So we go there, and then these fans are like real. We were Giant stuff. They're like going like really like screaming at
Yeah.
like me and my dad, and somebody hit my dad with a beer. Like it was.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was getting nuts. And then my dad just turned around to the guys. He goes, "This is how you're going to treat a veteran of the United States, a guy that fought for you guys. You're going to treat a veteran like this because we're wearing different jerseys. Is that what it's come to, fellas? Is that what it's come to with you guys? We're all on the same team here.
Whoa.
A veteran like that." And then I swear to God, the guys started coming up, shaking his hand. They were like, "Sorry." It was like guys that looked like this.
Yeah.
And then it was already the fourth quarter. And then we left, and I was like, "You never told me you fought in the war." He was like, "I didn't." And he was like, "I didn't." He was like, "I didn't." But he knew like that's a
Yeah.
way to get out of things. And like
Right.
that, when I was a kid, I was old enough. I was in my 20s, but in my head, I was like, if I ever get like in a situation like that, I'm just gonna pull that card.
It's brilliant.
It's a good move.
Because they love America. Everybody's
Mm-hmm.
a fucking patriot.
Man, that's a smart dad. I had a similar thing, but I didn't go service. I was staring at a guy's girlfriend, and he came up to me. He's like, "You staring at my girl? You want to go?" And I was like, "I'm gay." And he was like, "Oh, sorry, Jesus." Yeah. So I got out in a different way, different service.
You had to suck your way out.
I just loved her top.
yeah.
What? Yeah, but You never fucking know, my
You
friend.
never know.
Were there any fights or anything like that at the stadium?
Oh, there was a lot of fisticuffs, and they cut down on the drinking because people get so rowdy
Mm-hmm.
that you only can drink at halftime. So everyone goes back up to the concessions and just chugs 8 beers,
Oh my
and then
God.
goes back down right when the bell rings. It's
Like
crazy.
12 minutes later, it hits everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
It's wild.
But they
man.
used to let them drink in the seats, but people got too drunk.
Have you ever seen the movie Green Street Hooligans? With Charlie Hunnam and Elijah Wood is in it. But ever since I saw that movie, it's about soccer hooligans, and it basically glamorizes the entire life of going there, cheering, pounding beers, and fighting.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
I've never wanted to do anything more than to just kind of exist in an English pub.
In that,
Yeah.
and just do this. Yeah.
Well, we went when I was there. We went to see the Mets were playing the Phillies there in what stadium was? I think where Tottenham plays. So wherever that's Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, I think that's where it was. I forget. But anyway, it was a full soccer stadium, and it was hooligan soccer fans rooting for baseball that had no idea.
Interesting.
And it was and the downtime and all that stuff, like in between innings, they were yelling same thing, all those chants.
Wow.
We need that here, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We,
It was
did you ever
awesome.
see that Lithuanian basketball crowd or whatever when they asked Jokic or somebody? They're like, or Serbian? They're like, are you nervous about the playoff atmosphere here in America? And he's like, brother, I played in Serbia. You have no idea. And then they cut to a thing of the audience like on fire in a Serbian, and they're like, "Rah, rah, rah," like chanting
Whoa.
crazy soccer
Let me see.
style
Do we see
stuff.
it? Lithuanian fans celebrate their stunning. Is this it? Oh, let's see. 3 milioni by Lithuania basketball fans at. Let's see. I don't know if that's it.
Yeah, I think it was Serbian,
like,
but it was
with-
like
oh,
with
Serbian,
smoke
Serbian,
and
yeah.
fire and like all this stuff where it looks like it should be in a 100,000 seat soccer stadium, but it's in like a 16 to 18,000
Right,
seat basketball.
right.
So and it's indoors,
Dude, there hasn't been in America. Oh, this is it?
dude. Look,
Holy shit.
that's
Wait a
outside,
second,
I
this is-
guess.
This is like
And this
a
is
video
going
game.
on. Oh, they're playing an outdoor game?
They're playing an outdoor game, but look
Oh
how
my-
crazy
That's
is.
crazy.
That's
looking.
actually looks dope.
It looks cool.
awesome.
It's like Roman shit.
And that's Jokic right there? Jokic
I think
is
this
playing?
is. I think this is something separate, but this was more or less to kind of set the tone of like, this is what they play.
That's like
It's
an
a-
NBA Jam level or something.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, it doesn't seem real.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
What is this? OnlyFan? Was Schultz again really
sketch.
Oh, boy.
Sketch gay OnlyFans revealed? Oh, okay.
You never know.
What can you do?
Well, yeah, speaking of Hitler with Europe, you know, he saved Paris. He wouldn't fuck with Paris.
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
like, it's too pretty.
Too pretty. Paris, and I think he wouldn't fuck with Vienna either, because I think
Vienna.
he thought that was too pretty too.
The classical music history
Yeah,
or
just
whatever.
didn't want to mess with it. Yeah, I know. I watched that new. There's a new one on World War II. Nazis and something, but it's like they keep just finding like this new Hitler
They
footage.
keep finding BTS Hitler
Yeah.
stuff.
And it was it's fascinating. I talked about it in the last pod, but it's fascinating. Like, you know, when you see, because our whole lives we only saw this stuff in black and white, but when
Yeah.
you see it in color, you're like, oh shit, the people who are about to get killed look like kind of like us. It would be
Yeah.
as if it was happening right now.
Wow.
Like you think like, oh, those people must have just been different, life was different, rugged, but like no. They were all like little kids having fun.
Yep.
And then this guy came in.
Yeah.
Did you see the video of the AI made his speech English?
No.
Oh my God.
Pull it up!
It changes everything. You hear it in English, and you're like, "Oh, you get why people get on board." It's just, we're all human nature. We haven't changed one bit. He's
Right.
just a confident speaker, and I think they were sick of the way things were going in Germany. And
He
this
gave
guy,
them an economic scapegoat.
there you go.
Well, hold on. Just pause it 1 second. I was listening to a historian talk, and they were saying that the thing with history is that most times in history, if you told whatever group you go, and he used them as an example, but he said this is true throughout history. He said, for example, the Holocaust began really roughly in like 1938, 39. He goes, if you went back, if you were in Germany in 1928, 29, and you said, hey, in 10 years, just because you're Jewish, you're going to be put in camps and ovens and all that, they would say, no, that's not possible.
Yes, yes.
That happened hundreds of years ago. We're not Genghis Khan, like,
Yeah.
because you always think you're the most civilized. And then
Exactly.
10 years, boom. So he's like, there's no reason, whatever time you're living in, like
Yes.
present day, that in 10 years that can't be happening again, because every group of people thinks they're the most advanced at that time.
Totally. I mean, you just look at like a Seinfeld news story, and they're like, you fucking Jew, whatever. You're like, oh, wow, we're back here now? Like, the
Yeah.
Right.
anti-Semitism has gone way up, and
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Well, and I mean, I'm going by what I briefly read, but it's like there are mass graves that are dug by like Russian soldiers that they're also hiding as well. So it's like there's tons of shit going on that kind of parallels what's happening here.
Right.
That is being hidden.
Yes.
That is not far off from the horrors of this shit.
Totally.
See,
totally.
and you guys are into that. I'm watching the 3rd season of Fuller House with my kids. Fuller House, they're Hitler.
That's somehow more sad.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
ahead.
But like who's the guy in the wheelchair? Roosevelt?
Yeah, FDR.
Yeah, FDR. They hid that for a while. And now
Right.
we got a fucking crippled president, and
Yep.
we're trying to hide that. I mean, we're just keep
Keep
going
it going.
back.
Let's hear the Hitler. Let's hear the Hitler audio. Kids, people at home, my fans listening, please don't jerk off. Don't do any of that.
Das ist fleißig gewesen bin. In connection with the Jewish question, I have this to say. It is a shameful spectacle to see how the whole democratic world is oozing sympathy for the poor, tormented Jewish people, but remains hard-hearted and obdurate when it comes to helping them, which is surely, in view of its attitude, an obvious duty. The arguments that are brought up as an excuse
it's a
for
horrible
not
thing to
helping
walk
them
in
Kids, perfect timing. Girls, I want you to hear what Daddy's been working on. Kids, this is the new sitcom. This is how we're gonna open it. This is Uncle Mark. You remember Uncle Mark?
How are you? Good to see you. Don't press charges.
Love having a podcast back.
Yeah, here we
Sorry.
go, kids. Hey, honey.
Hey, nice
Delilah.
racket.
All right. This is Mark Normand.
Hello.
Notice anything?
Your visor. Your
That's
hat.
Very nice.
I love your
Pretty
hat.
cool.
I ordered Gatorade from Mom's member card when she wasn't there.
From Mom's member card. Hey, where's my
During
member card?
camp.
Gatorade.
During
He
camp.
puts the gay in it.
And the
right.
AIDS. Oh, boy.
Jazzy walked in on we're listening to a Hitler speech in English. Oh yeah, that's true.
Oof.
She goes,
What?
Oh, I didn't tell you.
What?
We can't. We'll tell you. I'll tell you on the page. I actually probably can't even tell you on the Patreon.
Are you closely
It's
related?
bad.
to
John knows about it.
Nowhere on record.
All right. Let's just hear a few because it is interesting to hear it in English.
Yeah.
When you're like, obviously I don't agree with it, but you're like, oh, I could see why if you are on the fence, you're like,
Yeah.
because it literally it's German to us. We don't know what he's
Yeah.
saying.
Well, he's basically saying like they're taking over. We're gonna lose our whole country, lose our culture. And when you hear it like, "Nah, nah, nah," you're like, this guy's evil. But when
Yeah.
you hear him talk, I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying like, oh, you get people in the audience could be like, oh, this guy is.
He's insanely articulate.
There
like
you go.
in German, it sounds like he's just barking
Yes.
and angry and furious, and it's
Yes.
like, oh, this guy's speaking with emotion. But here, it's like, oh, this is even scarier because
Yeah.
it's a well-articulated
Yes, he has
a
evil
message.
thought.
All right, let's hear a little.
Germans and Italians. For this is what they say. One, we, that is the democracies, are not in a position to take in the Jews. Yet in these empires there are not 10 people to the square kilometer, while Germany, with her 135 inhabitants to the square kilometer, is supposed to have room for them. Two, they assure us we cannot take them unless Germany is prepared to allow them a certain amount of capital
I
to
love how
bring with them
John's
as
slowly
immigrants.
subscribing to this.
For hundreds of
notice
years,
that?
Germany
He
was good
subscribed
enough
and
to
set his
receive these
notifications.
elements,
Oh, I
although
didn't
they
see that.
possess nothing
YouTube account.
except infectious political and physical diseases. What they possess today, they have by a very large extent gained at the cost of the less astute German nation by the most reprehensible manipulations. Today,
Well, it's
we are merely
interesting.
paying
He's
this
talking
people
about
what it
immigration.
deserves.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's basically the migrants. He's like, why are they here? Why, I mean,
Yeah.
They have diseases. They're gonna give it to us. Yada yada. Why do we give them capital?
You got something to say, honey? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I thought you were standing over here if you wanted to say something.
Awkward silence.
Oh.
Last week she said she wanted to cut Dan St. Germain's fingers off.
Whoa, mama.
Dan goes, what are you raising, Jigsaw?
You got a real Lorena Bobbitt over here.
Oh yeah, her mom's come close. So that's wow, it's wild. What's that site called? Time Unveiled. You liked and subscribed to it, John.
Oh, the YouTube channel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Time and Date, yeah. By the way, this is your channel, not mine.
Boy, Say bye to that Hulu special.
Hasn't been announced yet.
Chris Stefano
Yeah.
subscribes.
Put when over the Hulu because I can't put Disney over it.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. Well, honestly, after this, I don't know. What can you do?
But yeah, just hearing him say it in English changes everything. I'm not on board. I'm just saying you get. He seems more human.
Right. Well, and then if you put yourself, in their point of view, I mean, Germany, they got decimated in World War I. They got destroyed. They had no money.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't feel like they were treated fairly.
Right.
Because I get it.
They
man.
were pissed at the Treaty of Versailles, right? Which limited their military and basically gave everybody oversight over their country.
Japan too. Japan was another. So that's the thing. It's like history always, like they have these memories, right? That's why I always think like with Germany and Japan, people like, oh, we nuked them all these years ago. It's like they have a memory. They haven't forgotten about that because same thing happened here.
Too.
World War I happened, and Japan was actually on the Americans' side, and then they Germany lost, and got decimated. I mean, they got their whole country wiped out, and instead of just kind of the world forgiving and forgetting and helping them rebuild, they made them pay war reparations. Germany had to pay the rest of these countries,
Right.
so further put them into plunder. And then Japan, who was on the winning side, they didn't split any of basically the U.S., Russia, and Britain were like, fuck you, Japanese. Like, you're on our team, but like you didn't do anything. You sat on the bench. So they didn't give any Japanese got none of the war reparations.
Wow.
So they're like, that's going to come back to them.
Was America part of the enforcement to get them to pay reparations? Because could you imagine our country with a straight face telling somebody else to pay reparations?
Well, and they say Germany, right now, the number one wealthiest European nation is Germany, and they say it's because of all the Nazi gold. Because they were going, even though this was the 30s, 40s, was kind of more modern history, they were going old school, and they would come into your
Pillage.
They would pillage and take all your gold and valuables and priceless possessions. Nazis took it all, and they say a big thing with the Nazis is this is when aliens started to appear out of nowhere because they think either A, nuclear weapons and like whatever alien race was like, okay, it's getting hot and heavy on Earth there now, or two, the Nazis found some type of ancient technology and were using it. And that's really why these countries had to come in and stop them right now, because they had this ancient technology. And that's why we took their Nazi scientists and, made the V-2 rockets, and, the NASA scientists were all Nazis because they had this information that could get us to the moon quicker, because supposedly they stumbled on it when they were pillaging these nations.
And isn't that weird that there's also an alien connection to Jewish slaves building the pyramids?
Yeah.
The Anunnaki aliens. And then the
interesting.
Germans later trying to extend. That's so weird, the connection that has.
Well, I think, but a lot of it could just be like Nazi propaganda from the beginning. 'Cause
Sure.
That's the
Sure.
thing is like, like even like, like the pirate flag, like the skull and bones, how like we associate that with like evil, poison, whatever.
Yeah.
Before that, it was always like a pirate's flag, but it wasn't associated with evil. It was only associated with evil once the Nazis adopted it. The Nazis put it on the sides of all their tanks.
Really?
So that's why when you see skull and bones now, you think evil because the Nazis had it on their thing.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You know where we got OK?
No.
Back in the old World War II or World War I, they would put, if you had a kill, you put a K. So if you got 0 kill, no one died. We're okay.
Oh, wow.
Is that true?
Is that true? I love saying that and then be like, is that right?
Most of our weird colloquialisms or whatever, I think, come from war.
Is
or,
that
or
why we
nautical.
call strikeouts Ks for kills?
I think so.
I think so.
Interesting. Yeah.
What about
Whoa.
Okie Dokie? Where's that from, John?
What's it
Oh,
all
the
about?
TV fell off.
Ancient Greece, maybe for okay.
Oh, damn.
Oh, damn it,
All
Mark. Get the
right.
fuck out.
Sorry. I don't trust the internet.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of what Knocked Up. You know where Knocked Up's from?
No.
Knocked Up,
No.
the movie Knocked Up. That's why I always think when when people like kind of like go out there and like are aficionados on words and be like, you can't say this phrase and that's a little racist. Knocked Up. They wrote a movie about that. The movie title about this. Knocked Up comes from in the slave days at big. I learned this at the Charleston slave market. If you were a pregnant slave, your price was knocked up because you had a second.
Oh, it was a 2 for
slave.
1.
You had a second slave in you.
Wait, there's
To them.
still slave markets?
No,
It's a Charleston City
Wait, did you go buy one? Wait, what? There's a market?
yeah, no, like I visited it.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
that's what I'm saying. You can visit a slave market?
Yeah.
We
Well, like
see out of the
through
kitchen
history.
a pregnant black
Yeah.
lady walks out.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah. Now the only
okay.
deal you get is the deal on Dippin' Dots right outside.
Yeah, that's what they call a pregnant Indian woman.
Tough acting, tenactin'.
Dippin' Dot. That's great.
Did I fuck up, knocked up? Yeah, when she was pregnant. There it is.
Wow.
Promoted as a deal for the buyers. Fucked
2
up.
for 1.
A twofer.
Wow. All right. How about this one?
Here we go.
Is that the Nazi?
There it
Okay. Sorry, a kid walked in. What is it? This is like a pedophile's dream. Every door, a kid
Come
comes
in.
in. Well, wait. Oh, how about this? Back in London in the old day, like the Middle Ages, you go buy a piglet from a market in a bag.
Okay.
And then they'd seal up the bag so the piglet wouldn't get out, and they'd sell you the bag. Hey, 1 piglet. Get it home, cook it, whatever. After a while, these guys started getting smart, and piglets weren't cheap. So they'd put a cat in the bag, they'd tie it up, and they go, here's your piglet, and they would sell it, and they'd get the hell out of there. And that's where we get the term, let the cat out of the bag.
Wow.
Yeah, they let it out. Oh, it's a cat. I got dipped.
Interesting.
I got gypped.
How about this? When you know, in the medieval times or whatever, in Middle Ages, you know, people would only take a bath like in the beginning of a season. Like you take a bath twice a year because you know, obviously no running water. And what they would do is, you know, it would go by, you know, wealth status and the family and typically age. So you would fill up the bathtub if you had one, fill it up with the bathtub, and then the man, the oldest man, would bathe in it. You know, disgusting. But and then without cleaning the water, the woman would get in, and then the last person to get in would be the baby. And a lot of times the baby would be bathed in this disgusting water. It would die in the water, and that's where the phrase "Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater" comes from.
Wow.
What?
Yeah. Wow. The old Whitney Houston. Oh, hey, I got a laugh from
Yeah, you got to laugh from the Nazi yourself. The Queen Nazi.
Wow.
Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. There you go.
I thought you were going to say, oh, we took a bath on that one. You know,
No.
people say
Yeah.
that, like, oh, we took a bath on that deal.
Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. That dude, there was. I mean, I was telling before, a bouquet, like, you know, when you throw when your wife at her wedding threw the bouquet, that's because, you know, the smells were so bad back then that on your wedding day you wanted to be at least somewhat presentable and not smell atrocious. So they would hold flowers all around them, and then, you know, when you were done with the wedding, you'd throw the bouquet. Then it's become like a tradition, but it started just because of the smells. I mean, the smells back then were.
That picture is nuts.
Yep. Because a lot of them would just die. They would just die, and that was that.
Boy, and we talk about our complaints. Like, Uber Eats was late.
Yeah.
You know, they're throwing babies out.
I'm like, they don't have a bathroom for my gender.
We've got it pretty good.
Oh my
and all
God.
we do is complain.
Dude, the mattress I put into and I'm sure you had but the mattress I put into my son's crib yesterday is like a breathable. Like you could be face down, completely suctioned to it, but it has like air mesh and vents
That's
to where
brilliant.
you can breathe through it. It's like, how did any kids live in the 80s?
I know. I think about it all the time.
It happened.
Well, they used to be now, you know, like they would put bumpers on, like in the inside of the crib because they didn't want your baby to smash its head against the rods of the crib. But so many kids suffocated during that now, you know, with your baby, there'll be no.
It's like the leading cause.
You will not put a bumper
Whoa.
in. Yeah, so it's like people. It's like the vaccine. Hey, you shouldn't have gotten it.
Yeah, I don't get the vaccine. Pull up the photo of the baby and they used to put cribs out the window. So they give baby some air back in New York and like the Lower East Side.
Oh, it's a hot days or
Hot
whatever?
day, yeah. Put the baby, it was like connected to the window.
Oh yeah, dude, they still do that in Crown Heights with Hasidic kids.
Come on.
When my wife and I lived in Crown Heights and we drive up Nostrand and start in
There it
Williamsburg, dude, outside
Whoa.
outside of
There
the
it
fire
is.
escape, there are still cages like this, and like two-year-old Hasidic kids are just kind of sitting out there drinking juice boxes, hanging out in this blistering heat with wrought iron around
Because
them.
they can't have the air conditioners on, right? Because you can't use electricity on
Sabbath.
week Sabbath,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's what
Wow.
it is. Wow,
Yeah,
that's
they definitely
crazy.
still have this.
Oh my
Really?
God.
Yeah, in Crown Heights.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Look at that kid's Frigidaire. That they yeah.
Kids in cages.
That's it. You voted for it, Mike.
Remember those old photos of AOC crying at the border? You're like, is she just over that? Does that
Yeah,
what happened there?
What's she doing?
Well,
Supposedly,
now
one of
she's
my
just
friends
licking
banged
her
her.
chops at the possibility that
I
she could get
know.
tagged in.
One of my friends who's banged a lot of chicks claims he banged her years and years and years
No
ago.
kidding.
That's what he claims.
She's pretty hot. Great,
mean, she's
great
definitely
cans.
She's from around here. She's from New York area. She was a bartender.
Yeah, she's made
Bronx.
some mistakes.
Yeah.
Kids are starting to go crazy. Get the
Pretty hot. Look at the cans on old AO.
Oh, there you go.
That one, the one on the right, the video of that is
Oh.
just top shelf.
I told you.
Cringe.
There, when I was in, I opened up for Matt Rife at Radio City. She was in the third row.
I love that.
How
I
funny
love
is
that.
that? Railing against like white men's voices, and then she's just there at the Matt Rife show.
Yeah, right
'Cause
after
he's
a
hot.
domestic abuse joke.
There it is.
That he made.
Well, she's
Interesting.
married to a honky, I believe.
Oh yeah, of course, Mark. Of course.
So
What
is
do you think? You
Kamala.
think this is how it is?
Yeah.
You have to see when she yaps her mouth all day about feminine white people on the plate, and then right, you know, that with me every night.
Chris looking.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I hope she didn't see that.
I think Serena Williams as well. Big
Oh,
honky.
white guy. Yeah, didn't she date the guy who created Snapchat or something?
Some billionaire for
Yeah,
sure.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're
That's-
married, I think.
That's
Same with
impressive.
Selma Hayek.
Impressive whitey.
There it is. Oh, good for you.
And the what's his face? The guy P Diddy, the girl he beat up at the hotel.
Cassie.
Now married to a big cracker.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy looks like he couldn't hurt a fly. That's
Right.
probably why she's like, I'm going the exact opposite.
Right, right. But I mean, nice little check. Hey, you talk up again. We're gonna get a Hyatt hotel room, and I'll take out in the hallway with a towel. She'll never speak again.
Hi, honey.
Hey,
Hi, baby. You got your new shoes on? You know, his name is Mark.
Hi.
New shoes on? Ooh, sandals and socks. It's very Dominican of you, baby. We're Puerto Ricans.
Or German.
Oh, yeah, or German. That's Mark. You say hi, Mark. You know Mike, right? You remember Mikey?
Women never speak to me.
They got to get ready. We're going to the movies. We're going to see Inside Out 2.
Whoa!
You excited?
Ooh, the first one was great.
You like it? Louis Black is in it. You have anything to say? What about John? Do you like John's mustache? No. All right.
Good. Be scared of mustaches in the
Yes.
future on men.
Yeah, no mustaches,
That's a
honey.
red flag.
And no motorcycles.
And no vans.
Yeah. None of that. All right. Girls, baby. Having girls. What do we got? We got any voicemails? Yeah. Let's hit one. All right, here we go. We always love when you guys call into the show. Let's listen to 347-343-3321. What do we got?
Yo, Chrissy. Mikey's in Lodge. Love the pod. First time caller. I don't even know if you guys are fucking doing these calls anymore. But
That's good.
I'm 25. I work at a body shop. Obviously, don't really love what I do. Every job I've ever had has sucked. Never really wanted kids because I feel like if you do have kids, you just need to become a person and become a conduit for streamlining resources into this
This guy's hammered.
organism. I don't know, man. I don't really know what to do with myself. Like, it seems like my life is kind of over at this point. Like, my
Good.
potential, really. But there's still so much life for everything to get worse. And I don't know, man. What keeps you going?
What keeps you going?
Yeah, I don't even know what that question.
think
I mean,
this guy meant to call the suicide hotline.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Well, I think he's saying, as somebody who seemingly is working at a dead-end job, has no aspirations for anything greater, but seemingly wants more out of life, what should he do? I'll put it into human.
Thank you.
I honestly think, and is he saying like, is kids the answer?
No, he's saying he doesn't want kids because it just seems like your whole life is to just streamline resources towards them, which is hilarious that he works at a body shop. And literally
Right.
streamline resources into a car.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's the same exact thing. But I mean, yeah, do something. It sounds like you have a lot of ability to just do stuff outside of your body shop job, right?
Control your output, not your outcome.
There you go.
That's what I'll say. That's
There
the
you
advice
go.
I'd give you. I don't know, man. Yeah. What do you think you should do, honey?
I don't know.
You think he's a stupid asshole?
That was great. This is too much.
Oh, I love you. I just love my little. You're the best. Oh,
Oh, this is great.
there it is.
She's much better than the other ones.
She's having fun.
Oh yeah, good
Yeah.
kid.
Stop. All right, you want to stay here? All right. We'll put a thing over her face. She wants to. Yeah, we'll put just block. Yeah. Put it.
Just put a black box from Chris's neck down.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? This episode of Chrissy Chaos is brought to you by Game Time. You know me, I love concerts, I love hallucinating in public. Game Time makes it easier to get your tickets to any concert that you can think of. Do you think it's sold out, difficult to get tickets? Don't worry, go to Game Time app. I am very excited about the concert that I'm going to this summer, and my wife got the tickets on Game Time. Green Day, baby, you know the story. It was on Chrissy Chaos. These tickets are hard to come by because every aging millennial wants to feel young one last time in the summer sun. So I will be there in August. My wife, she might be giving birth at that exact time, but do I care? No. She got the tickets on Game Time with their easy to use app. Guys, last minute deals. All you can do, you could save up to 60% buying last minute for sports, concerts, comedy, theater, etc. Yeah, I'm sure Chris's tickets are on there. I don't know if mine are, but Chris's tickets are probably on there. There's a bunch of comedians, concerts, sports, you name it, they got it. Zone deals save even more when you choose a section and let Game Time choose the seats for you. They will assist you. You just know generally where you want to sit and they will put you in an optimal position. You get seat views, you get the lowest price guaranteed, Game Time ticket coverage. So your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. Take the guesswork out of buying concert tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHRISSY, that's CHRISSY, for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHRISSY, CHRISSY, for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. I'm pumped to find even more great concert deals on this app. Oh baby. This episode of Chrissy Chaos is brought to you by Rocket Money. I love Rocket Money because I am a forgetful dolt. I sign up for apps, I sign up for subscriptions all through my phone and completely forget about them, sometimes within minutes. And they just sit on my phone for years on end collecting money. And I'm like, why don't I have any money? Where's it gone? And it turns out it's just, all things I thought would have saved my career long ago. What Rocket Money does is they go through your subscriptions and eliminate the ones you don't use. How much do you think you're paying in subscriptions every month? The answer is probably more than you think. Over 74% of other people, not just me. So I'm not the only dummy in the world. Otherwise, this would be a tough business model. But over 74% of people have subscriptions they've forgotten about. I definitely did, like I just said, but I'm reiterating it thanks to the copy. And, it's most Americans think they spend about $62 per month. But get this, it's way more. The real number is closer to 300. Yikes. That stinks. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so that you can grow your savings. We all want to grow our savings. We all want to set ourselves up so we can finally just unplug from the workforce and just live out a happy, peaceful life. But we'll never get there without Rocket Money. Rocket Money, dropping the phone. Look at this, a little bit of panic. What do I have, 2 phones? One phone in this hand, one phone in this hand? Okay, Walter White. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of 500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year using all the app's features. That's genuinely incredible. We think of it as like, what's that? But the money adds up. Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/chaos. That's ROCKETMONEY.com/chaos. And thank you, Rocket Money, for sponsoring the show.
I'm getting a talking to after this episode. I can already feel it from her.
Yeah, yeah.
I can already feel
I'm
this
getting that feeling too.
We're gonna unfortunately probably gonna have to find a new studio. We've been back in the house. We thought it was gonna work for a few weeks, but I am gonna get spoken to about this podcast cannot happen here
Well, you're
anymore.
taking over the living room quite a bit here.
100%. We're talking about reckless shit in
Reckless
front of
shit.
your children.
The kids are just sitting in a corner.
There's a lot of wires. We look like migrants charging our phone at Penn Station. Just wires everywhere, taking up the whole room.
All right. Oh, look at this. Falsely then Smith told police that a black man had carjacked her and kidnapped the boys.
Oh,
Fucked up.
Always a black man.
Emmett Till, right? Same thing.
Black
Yeah,
man
it's fucked up,
You
man.
wouldn't go to a lake. They can't swim.
That's Bob.
Sorry.
No, that's Bob Golub in Goodfellas.
Yeah, right.
You know that guy? The guy, two N-words just stole my truck.
Oh, yeah,
I opened for that guy once. The whole weekend was spent with him telling me, like, bragging basically about how he riffed that line. I'm like, I don't know. You should
Don't riff.
take creative license.
Did he sell tickets off that or no?
No, I mean, it was Rochester years ago, so not really.
It
But
was just Anthony Cumia in the front row. I've been waiting all year for this gig.
Yeah, that's funny. I riffed that line.
That's great. Did you following the Karen Reed?
No, what's going on with
Ooh,
that?
I'm very attracted to her. Pull
All right.
this up there,
Pull her
fatty.
up. No, any relation to Dwayne?
No, I don't think so. But
Okay.
she basically was dating a cop.
Okay.
And then the cop died, and they were trying to pin it on her, but actually it was the other cops that killed him.
Wow.
So they're putting it all. That's where we're at in the trial. It hasn't been.
That's
fully,
like from a movie, man.
Exactly.
Why did the other cops kill him? Was he about to rat him out on something?
Something like that. Yeah, he knew too much or something like that.
But they're saying so she's saying that the cops are pinning it on her.
Yeah. And all the cops are getting together, so they have a lot of juice where they're like, what? She's crazy. This woman's a drunk.
What do you believe right now as it stands?
Well, from what I've seen, I thought she did it. I bought it, hook, line, and sinker, and then I studied more up, and I think that she's innocent now.
wow.
And that's why it's taken so long, right?
Yes.
Because it's like the jury is like, we don't know.
And
You
it's
can't-
almost got to be 2 trials then if she becomes acquitted, because they almost have to successfully prove that the cops did it for her to be exonerated.
Exactly, which is hard to do when they got 8 cops who are all in the justice system.
Yeah.
They know the judge. You know, this
How did
is
he
tough.
die? The cop? Do we know? It was
He
like
was beating a blunt object.
Oof.
I think.
Hypothermia and blunt force trauma.
There you go.
I
Yeah,
mean,
but so how could his wife do that?
They said she hit her with a car, like bumper
Oh,
to the
wow.
head. But
I mean, the fact that her name is Karen is also just primo marketing.
I
Wow.
know, totally.
See, this is one of these things I keep seeing it in the news or on TV, and I'm like, I'm not even paying attention. But you
Yeah.
just even explaining it sounds like literally the plot of a movie.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I did the Wilbur, and I was like, oh, sorry. I was just drinking with Karen Reed. And they were like, because it's like that hometown shit.
Oh, so it's all over Boston.
Oh, my God. This
Yeah.
is the biggest thing in the world with
Yeah,
Boston.
I was just in Boston like last weekend, and I'm driving through like the underpasses, and there's people hanging signs all over the freeway, "Free Karen Reed."
There
Oh,
you go.
so the city of Boston is thinking that she's innocent.
I guess some people there. I don't know. It's probably split because it's a lot of people probably back the cops in Boston.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah. I don't know. It's
It could be a movie. They'll do a documentary on this in 5 years.
but she's saying that in that dialogue, she's saying, I hit him, I can't believe I hit him.
Right.
She did. I think she did back into him on accident.
But he was dead already.
He was dead already.
Oh,
Because the
geez.
cops had killed him and dumped
Yeah,
his
and left
body
her.
there.
Wow, that's like breaking your kid's bike and then putting it behind the car to
Yes.
fake like you ran it over.
Exactly.
And blame it on him.
Exactly. And he was like
Wow.
shit faced.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
God.
And what did they? Oh, so it might have just been like he died when they were drinking and they just didn't know what else to do and they left his body there. They didn't beat him.
I think they did. They beat him and they put him out in the driveway.
That's wild, man.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's a crazy story, but it'll definitely be a Netflix
And
doc.
that's when the actual truth will come out, because none of it's crazy that like those documentaries are doing the top level detective work. Like they're
know.
getting to the, and granted, there's not all resources to be paid to one case, of course, but it's like those cases are blowing the truth up more so than any police investigation.
Right.
Yeah, sadly, yes.
Jesus.
Well, the COVID doc in 10 years is going to be
Oh
nuts.
my God.
Oh my God. I know.
Once we're out,
Fauci.
yeah, we're out of everything. We can see it clearly with fresh eyes. It's going to be wild.
It is so crazy because listen, dude. I know we had to do what we had to do at the time, but it is funny. I have a friend who's a doctor who's like very, very, very like pro, you know, like was pro-vaccine, wants to get it, like wasn't like in your face about it, but was like, this shit works. He recently was like, I hope you didn't get any of those boosters, man. He's like, how many of those boosters did you get? I was like, I didn't get any of them. He's like, thank God.
Oh, no.
He was like, you shouldn't have got, if you got more than 2, he was like, we're seeing a lot of problems with those fucking boosters. How many boosters did you get?
I got 1.
Okay, 1. He said more than 2. How many did you get?
I got 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
0.
0? Did you even get the vax?
I got J&J.
Oh, you got J&J. See, the J&J one actually now is the best one.
Because that's not the mRNA,
That's not
right?
the mRNA.
Yeah. Well, and I got the booster because I thought I got scared into thinking that was going to become the new like passport. Like you had, remember when we had to show our passport?
How
at the
funny is
doors?
that all went away now.
It's fucking nuts, dude. Like we had to perform to be able to work. We had to get vaccinated.
Or eat at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
go to
totally.
go to Canada.
Remember, we thought we were going to have that forever to show, and then like nobody. That's
I mean,
gone.
now we're gonna have our real IDs, which have our biometrics and God knows
I
what else
know.
attached
Did you guys
to it.
get those yet? Those real IDs?
I don't think so.
Not
I didn't
yet,
get
no.
it yet. You have to
You
get
have
it
to
to get
by
on a
next year.
plane by a certain time.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Hey.
should. Yeah, and my guy, friend of mine, I was saying you better get that real ID because those last couple of weeks when you needed to get on a flight, the lines to get that real ID is going to be nuts. Like you need to get it like right now.
Oh, wow.
While people there's nobody in the post office getting them yet. But once they say you can't get on a
This is
flight
giving
without
me
it,
so much anxiety.
2025.
there it is. So you
Yeah.
got to get it.
Whoa.
Got to get it.
Yeah.
Got to get it. All right, where are you at this weekend? Next weekend? What's going on?
When's this come out?
This is coming out Monday. Oh, this is 2 weeks.
2
Okay, 2
weeks.
weeks. All right, so 2 weeks.
I think I'm in Rockford, Illinois. I'm doing what David Tell calls the Connecting Flights Tour. Then I'm in Colorado, Fort Collins. I'm all over these wacky cities because I've blown out all the markets.
Oh, yeah.
Rockford, Illinois, Rochester, Minnesota, Louisville, Greensboro, North Carolina, Richmond, Virginia, Anaheim, California, Reading, PA, Red Bank, New Jersey, and marknormancomedy.com for
What about
tickets.
New York? You doing a big New York date?
I did 2 at the Beacon, and I kind of blew my wad there. But I'm in the city every week, running around, being
So
gay.
next is Radio City then.
I guess so. I heard people don't like that room.
Well, it's still Radio City, but Mike and I did it. The ceilings are very high.
Yeah.
The theater at MSG has got the low ceilings,
like
and
that.
it's still 5,000 seats.
Okay, maybe I'll do that then.
Yeah, fuck 'em.
Did you like radio? City?
I mean, I only did 10 minutes, so I don't know what it's like to be for an hour, but it was awesome.
I personally,
Really?
to be
Yeah.
honest with you, I don't know if it was just like because it was like a big moment for me. I liked Radio City. I loved Radio City, and I felt connected to the crowd. I felt like I could hear the laughs and feel
Yeah.
the laughs. I did not feel like it was cavernous
Okay.
at all.
I thought
mean,
there
it
was
is
gonna be-
cavernous, but I didn't feel that.
I
Right.
thought there was going to be more of a delay, like pause on the material, take your time for the response, but it was pretty right
Okay,
there.
Great.
Yeah.
All right.
It was pretty dope.
Great. I'm in the Hamptons too. But yeah, Punch
Good.
Up Live. Go to Punch Up. Mark Norman.
Candle Place Inn, Hamptons Bay.
And we might be drunk. Tuesday Stories. Queef it up.
Heard it there first, everyone. And then ChristyComedy.com for me. Got my dates in the summer, co-headlining with Sam Morrell and Nimesh Patel.
Oh,
Just one
nice.
in July
That's
in
fun.
Hammond, Indiana. One in August in Prior Lake, Minnesota. And one in September in Niagara Falls. And then that's really it for me. Got a special coming out. And then I'll get back on the road next year. Mike?
MikeCannonComedy.com for my dates. I'm doing some workout shows in and around the city in July. August, I'm off from the road because I'm having a baby. And then in
Nice.
September, doing the fall tour, starting in Chicago, doing Nashville, Detroit, Vegas, New York City Winery in October, and just doing a bunch of spots. MikeCannonComedy.com.